Hey everyone, today that line is gonna be really annoying from the sun of the window. Today I'm gonna be talking about the easiest way to promote a nightclub event or a music festival. I haven't seen it done with music festivals, but you could definitely do it with local nightclub events. I don't know why people don't do this more often, and I frankly kind of stumbled upon it by accident when I was a club promoter, and simply put, it's tribalism. People like to pick sides, and whether they're on your side or not on your side, it kind of serves your purpose regardless. So it's just a overall net positive for your event. So what is tribalism? Tribalism is, again, simply picking sides, and you can use a number of different mechanics to achieve that. For example, I live in Perth, Western Australia, and in the middle of Perth there is a river, and people typically describe where they live as either north of the river or south of the river. I don't know why it's this whole fucking thing, but it's just a thing that has caught on. I was promotions manager at Arcade nightclub located in Joondalup for half a decade. It's pretty far north of the river. I also DJ'd and at one point in time was helping with the social media for Metropolis Fremantle, which is pretty far south of the river. I was posting on Arcade's Facebook page saying "fuck south of the river," while I was simultaneously posting on Metropolis Fremantle's social media saying "fuck north of the river." All the while, I'm living in the city, completely, perfectly central to both of them. And both of these nightclubs, whenever I was using these tactics, their organic reach was performing substantially better than any other nightclub in Perth. And I know because I was either an editor or an admin on a bunch of other nightclub pages as well. You can do this mechanic with a number of different things. For example, if it's not just geographical location, I've also done it with I got the most trouble for this one as well. You can also do it with different venues. So for example, Arcade nightclub, one of our rivals was Bar One nightclub, and so I would talk shit about Bar One's about the Bar One venue on Arcade socials. I think at one point in time we bought a full page ad in the university orientation pamphlets, and in Chinese or Japanese it said "fuck Bar One" or something like that. The thing I got in trouble for the most was at some point in time they changed their... I might need to edit this out. Fuck, it was years ago, who cares? At some point in time, we bought a... Oh yeah, they changed their club's name to Scion Nightclub or Skion. No one knew how to pronounce it. So I bought the domain name sionnightclub.com, and if you went to it, it went to Arcade's Facebook page. What else did we do? And it went two ways too. They would send buses to try and pick up stuff, patrons leaving local venues for us and try and pick them up and take them to Bar One. I would get on their buses with a staff lanyard and tell the bus driver he had to leave early, all this shit. And this just went on and on and on. And it helped monumentally because if you're on Arcade's side, you build a greater affinity with Arcade nightclub and just started putting down Bar One. The other thing that would happen as well was I would get promoted. I talk about building a cult with your promoters, right, or with your venue patrons. I think I got drunk one night and I put in the Arcade nightclub promoter group chat, "last one to get banned from the Bar One page is fired." And so everyone started ragging on their Facebook page in the comments, and then their friends would see it and then just start joining in because it was just a mob mentality. And so you can see how and then the other thing as well is, if there was anyone that was on Bar One side, they'll get into arguments with Arcade people, and then they weren't coming to Arcade anyway, so it didn't fucking matter that they didn't like us. But the people that did like us built a greater affinity with it, and if any of their friends went to Bar One, they would make fun of them for it. And so what I want you to do is start thinking about different ways that you can use this tribalism tactic to promote your event. Some other ways you can do it is different music genres. House music versus drum and bass. They both just make fun of each other. I've even done it with fucking government departments. The Department of Transport in Perth, I was running an email event and I tried to get the custom license plate SAD AF and it just wasn't allowed. I got a bunch of emos coming to a party for our SAD AF bowl just because they didn't like the Department of Transport now because they didn't let me have this fucking license plate. So, what I want you to do after this video, and maybe chuck something in the comments to let me know what you're thinking of doing as a tribalism tactic, but it is by far the most underutilized marketing and advertising and PR strategy in the event space. Everyone always goes for, I'm booking this DJ, doing this venue, and they do the really surface level stuff, but tribalism gives you an opportunity to really, like I keep saying in all my other videos, like build a cult, because one of the core elements of a cult, or a cult-like following, I understand that cults obviously are terrible things, and I use the term, I suppose, colloquially, it's pretty early in the morning. To build a really strong cult-like following is an enemy. Think of every single major movement in history, whether it's religious or political or anything like significant historically like that, they've always had a big towards motivator and a big away from motivator, which was typically an enemy, whether that was a person, whether that was another group, whether that was another ideology or political stance. They've always had an enemy. So start thinking about how you can do that. Chuck it in the comments and let me know what you're thinking of doing as well, and maybe we can brainstorm in the comments. Good luck, have fun.